Hi everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my all-time favorite album covers. Albums that I bought solely judging the cover. When I saw the pictures or the artwork on the front cover, I knew I had to get the album, and I rarely was disappointed. So let's get right into it. Number 10, I actually found it when I was looking through my collection of CDs. It's Bonnie Pointer's first solo album. I adore Bonnie Pointer, and I think that this album cover is just so stunning. That red background, that beautiful face with just the diamond earrings. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I had never heard Bonnie Pointer sing alone, of course, like everybody else, and I just love that album with Heaven Must Have Sent You, and Heaven Must Have Sent Bonnie, because what an angelic voice, and she's just an amazing artist. Number 9, I loved this album, and I loved this album cover, and I had never heard of Joan Rivers until I saw her on the television show Solid Gold, where she was promoting this album. What becomes a semi-legend most is this an amazing spoof on the actual publicity for Black Glamour Furs, done by the greatest legends that ever existed: Joan Crawford, Betty Davis, Diana Ross, Barbra Streisand, Shirley MacLaine, Lena Horne, Judy Garland. And of course, Joan wanted to be part of it, but she had to add her own little touch to it by doing the little semi, because she's not a full legend. And I just love this album cover. And number 8, an artist which I absolutely adore, discovered very, very late, Dorothy Squires. Dorothy, again, look at this album cover. When you see this, you have to get it, because you're thinking, what the hell is it? I actually thought this could be a stand-up comedy. Dorothy Squires was considered washed out at the time that she made the album, and she wanted to sing at the London Palladium, and nobody wanted to produce her, and so she rented the hall by herself, and the hall was sold out in less than 2 hours, and I just absolutely love her. Number 7, Patty Brooks. I fell in love with this artist and this album when I saw the album cover. I remember I was 11 years old, and I told my best friend Howard, I am never sitting on a couch normally again. This is how you have to sit on a couch. And I just think she looks so stunning in this very disco style, but also very art deco, because that was the inspiration for a lot of disco. Sophisticated and elegant. I just love that album. Number 6, an artist that you may not be familiar with, is Mina, the Italian songstress. She is the Streisand of Italy. She is the biggest name in Italy, and she was a very prolific artist. She made hundreds of albums, and I am not kidding, hundreds of albums, and the artwork on every single one of them is exceptional, honestly. Number 5, Cher, Stars. I just love that album cover. Look at that magnificent face, the makeup, the way you see her nails, and she's just holding those Christmas lights, but the way they made that picture, the way they faded it, it's just absolutely stunning, and considered by Cher's fans like her greatest album. And another album that you cannot find. Number 4, Amanda Lear, Diamonds for Breakfast. I absolutely fell in love with this album cover when I saw it. I actually worked in a record store where I was in the back putting them, stacking them, and opening the boxes, and the commercial, the publicity, the cutout, the owner actually sold it to me for $10. Could you imagine? And at the bottom of the cutout, it said "Picture by Pierre et Gilles" and "Diamonds by Tiffany's." And I really thought, God, that's all you need in life, to make an album cover and to make it. And Pierre et Gilles are two very famous photographers, French photographers, great photographers. And this is their very first picture that put them out on the map. And then they really became famous. And when I met Amanda Lear, she said, I'm the one who, made them famous. So I thought that was pretty exciting. Number 3, Donna Summer, Four Seasons of Love. And it is true that she is amazing on every single album cover, but Four Seasons of Love was very special to me because I adored that cover. I mean, just look at her. She's, the man in the moon is a lady. There was an actual calendar with 4 pictures describing each season, and I had that on my wall in my bedroom when I was a kid. I just adored it. Number 2, African Queens by the Richie Family. When I saw that album cover, I nearly fainted. And I remember watching the Richie Family sing African Queens on American Bandstand, and I thought they were so stunning. I loved them, and I just thought they were so magnificent. And the character who plays Cleopatra would explain how each dress was made with a certain number of beads and how, expensive they were, and how stunning, and they really looked amazing. But those 3 profiles, I just thought, wow, they just look fantastic. And it's everything I loved. Nefertiti, Cleo, and the Queen of Sheba. If I had a history teacher who would tell history the way the Richie Family did, I would be, an archaeologist today. And number 1, Grace Jones, Night Clubbing. Look at this album cover. Look at this legendary photograph by Jean-Paul Goude. I mean, look at that purple glow that she has. The hair, the Armani jacket, the beautiful torso. She is perfection. She's not human. She's like a robot. Or I saw that album, I wanted to look just like that. I thought, she's absolute perfection. So that concludes my 20 favorite album covers, and I will see you this Sunday for my favorite live albums, my 10 favorite live albums. And after Lena Horne and Liza Minnelli, we will tackle Donna Summer live and more. See you on Sunday.